Hi everyone, and welcome back to Ravensberg. Just in time to see the plane fly over. It's nice, isn't it? Right, seriously, what are we up to today? I've done a little bit more logging. As you can see in the top right hand corner, the money's gone up quite significantly. Well, about £98,000 to be pretty much precise. I carried on afterwards, after the absolute faff that I had with this trailer. I needed to learn a better way of loading these logs, and I think I've got it sussed down now. So we're going to be doing more logging today. We're going to continue to clear this area. As you can see, I've retextured the ground just so I know where I've been. I know that there's some stumps here and there's a couple over there as well, but Lumberjack just doesn't recognise them. Can't get rid of them. So I'm going to have to sort that out at some point. Yeah, just won't get rid of them. So I'm not sure why that is. Now, it was supposed to be raining, but the rain has gone. So looks like we're going to be good for the rest of the day. Just nice and cloudy. So we're going to do a little bit more logging today. Like I said, I've got this down to pretty much to a T now. Hopefully just if super strength works with the longer trees. But if I have to cut them, I have to cut them. So the technique that I'm going for is I'm going to fell these trees, cut all the branches off. I'm going to lay the log from here, and then I'm going to just cut it here. And then I'll drag this other bit over to the beginning again, and then I'll cut it until the tree is gone. Then when I get onto the auto load, all I have to do is press B, and voila. The branches will just automatically load onto the trailer. I don't have to drive by them. They'll stack up nice and neat, and that's what I've done with this. I've got 2 trees on here, and look at that, you can see pretty much spot on. So let's take another one down and see if this technique actually works when I want it to work. There we go. Chop the end off. Okay, so hopefully now I should just be able to pick this up. Ah, she says. And what I'll do is I'll just push it right next to the trailer. Now they were being a little bit temperamental, these larger ones. But I think this one should be okay. So if I don't jump, if I press the right button and get rid of it, that's pretty much on the money. So let's chop this here. And then we grab this bit and we pop it next to it. Look at that. Let's do another. They always fell to the left, so I'm conscious I don't want to be at this sort of direction because it's going to hit my shiny new truck. So let's go probably about this angle. Maybe a bit down. There we go. Okay, get the end off. Oh, logger's not liking that, shaking, so I don't know if this is going to let me pick this up, you know. See, look what it's doing. Right, let's just dump it there, come back round. There we go. Let's just get a rough idea. Let's just chop it there, and then that will be much easier to handle, and we can push them up together then as well. There we go. So the plan is today, let's get some more of these logs cut. Let's put that on top actually. Let's get more of these logs cut. Let's get another trailer load. They seem to sell quite well. So I don't actually mind doing the cutting and the moving. Makes it so much easier with this trailer though as well. So once we've done that, we'll send him on his way down to the wood sell point, which I had a look. There is a wood sell point, it's just down here. Where are we? Here. Selling point for wood. Now, I set up an Autodrive from here all the way down and back, and I've tested it twice, so it shouldn't have a problem. Although that Phoenix is it's a long wheelbase, so it's the corners are tight around the sell point. However, it should be okay. I've tested it twice, in theory. I've set up a few more, as you can see. I was really excited. There's a selling point for wood here, and I was like, ooh, okay. So I set up an Autodrive to here, but when I actually got there, it's actually a train sell point, which most of you who play this probably already knew. However, that's decent because if we ever down here doing some logging, look at all this forest. This is a crane. You take your wood here, load it onto the train, and the train takes it here. There you go, selling point for wood. So we'll maybe give that a go sometime in the future, but for now we're just concentrating on this area. And the size of this area in comparison to what's down here in this corner, it's going to take ages. So let's just concentrate on where we're nearly at the moment. Also, what I've done is I've scanned field 1. There we go. So we've got a bit of loamy sand, a little bit of sandy loam and a bit of loam. Same as field 5. I've got the T8 just here on field 9. So when we set him off to take the wood, we'll scan field 9. And also I want to plough this field here as well. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah, of course, because it's merged into one because we did the grass field. So the grass will also need fertilising. pH, not good either. I'll have to just check the stats. But nitrogen isn't too bad, but it could be better for grass, I think. So we'll have to check that out as well and sort ourselves out with a fertiliser spreader. Oh, no, we already have one. We just need to get some fertiliser. Okay, so I'm just going to cut down a few more of these trees. And I'll see you back in a bit. Okay, so that should be enough, hopefully. I managed to clear some just from the sides here as well. So I don't just want to expand it inwards, I want to go outwards as well, just to make it nice and even. So I've got a few mentions here regarding the auto load trailer. So thanks everyone for the ideas, because last time I think it was Holden that had said what you should do is you should lay one piece of log, get it to length, and then every tree that you cut, you can actually cut it at that length, which is a really good idea. This idea also works, and Why So Serious as well for recommending the tape measure mod. But I think this way actually works really well. So what I should be able to do now is jump in, not move the truck, actually jump in. Just straighten up a little bit. So let's open up the menu, and at the moment, so switch auto load to the left, so 0, auto load to the left. So let's undo the straps, and if we press B now, they should just be jumping on. There we go, and let's strap it back up. So I think that's a decent enough load. I'm going to take that because I don't want to overload it. I don't want him toppling over or anything. So if we reverse out of this area, I'm going to try and get as many stumps as I can. I did, when I was taking these trees down, I did a few, but I know that I actually didn't do one. So let's just wait on there, and let's get him to go to. So I did a few here, so you see all of these waypoints I've created. So I'm going to go to wood cell. So let's do that. I don't want him to go full pelt, so let's maybe just restrict him to about 35 miles an hour. And he'll do half the speed on the corners. And I'm hoping that he doesn't run into the train because it goes straight through the train tracks. So if the train is coming and the barriers are down, he's gonna drive straight into the barrier. But we'll keep an eye on him. So let's just turn the auto load off and let's set him going. In the meantime, what we can do is we can jump out. Yep, he's off quite nicely, and we can jump into the T8. Okay, so if we bring up our little menu, we're just going to scan this field here. Now, I thought this was a perfect field for root crops. As you can tell, it's nice and square with some room at the edges. I don't know about these trees, but some room at the edges to turn around. And it's not very big either. So if we do something like sugar beet or potatoes, then we're not overwhelming ourselves with the amount of work that needs to be done. We're just going to actually, you know, create enough for our needs. And then once we've done this, we'll have to think about getting that grass field ploughed. So I don't think it's necessary to put another grass in because I want to just diversify a little bit. So I think what we'll do is we'll put maybe clover or alfalfa in, if we're allowed. I don't see any reason why we wouldn't, but yeah, we can do that and diversify with the crops that we're going to get this year. Get a good mix. And we'll have to get to liming as well, so liming's going to be quite important to bring that pH balance to the soil, improve our yield. So I think what I'll do is I will lime each of the fields first and then put the crop in, because it will be able to tell me exactly what crop is doing what and how well it's going to perform. It's a good thing about precision farming. It kind of gives you a rough guide as to how you're doing, and it will let you know if the pH is bad or if the nitrogen is bad or good or perfect. So that didn't take very long at all, did it? And then what we need to do is we need to reattach to the plough and take this to the grass field, what I'm calling grass field 2. Oh, I just went out. I don't even think I needed to go out. Never mind. See, it's just it's just there, and I've gone the long way around. Not to worry. It's just at the bottom here. We'll start at the bottom. I'll get used to my directions the more that I play. Okay, so looks like my guy may have... Has he reached? Shall we have a look? Oh, he's just about to come in. Let's see what happens. Now, I did test this with an empty trailer, so this is the first time he's doing it with a full trailer, so let's see how he's getting on. This corner, it took a while to perfect this corner coming in. I know you have to take it quite wide, and just, I'm teetering around with the markers so much. I suppose going slow is quite good because it actually gives him time to turn the wheel. No. Right, we need to play around with that a little bit more then, so let's just bring up the hood and just stop him there. So I think what I'll have to do is I'll have to bring these markers out a little bit more. Let's bring them maybe in line with the exit. Shall we give him another go after to see how he gets on? Then I'm just conscious that this corner's not going to be so good. So if we bring that in line with the exit and just bring that back there. Oh, never mind. I will look into that and get that sorted. Let's just get that off. Right. It was a good first start. I definitely tried that with an empty trailer as well, and it actually made the turn-in. Never mind, we're here anyway. He shouldn't have a problem going back anyway, so let's just stop there. Look at that. 41,932. Storming it. Let's send him back. And this corner was the one where this corner and the other corner is where he clipped it. So let's send him back to the forest. Let's just see what he does. Well, when he wants to go faster than 1 mile an hour. I mean, I know it's a tight corner, but don't be scared. Right, there we go. Just needed a moment to think about it. I really struggled with this kind. It's almost like a U-turn without, see, he clipped, but also without hitting the side. He's going to have to, he scrapes my trailer. Never mind. He made it though. Maybe that was the bit I was thinking that I actually managed to get done. And if he gets out of here with no problem, we'll just whiz back up and start that ploughing. I've never used Autodrive before this map properly anyway. I just maybe like, you know, to a route and back or something like that, but never be like a whole, creating a whole network. There we go. Maybe I could make, I don't need to make that wide, do I? He did it anyway, so, right, he should have no problem now. So let's jump back into the T8. Okay, so what I want to do here is I want to put on the create fields. Let's just get back enough here. There we go. Lower it down. Create fields. There we go. And again, this is not going to take very long. It's not a massive expanse of grass, but it will be money in the bank or feed for animals when we get them. I want to get cows pretty soon, but I am realising that we are seasons, and I'm running, oh, that's another thing, I'm running 2-day seasons, so like, well, yeah, 2-day seasons. So each season is 2 in-game days. So, because I think there is enough to do on this map and this size of fields that when we start harvesting and when we get ready to actually, you know, thrust ourselves forward into full-on progression mode, we're not going to be overwhelmed and restricted by just the hours it takes for one in-game day to be a month, because then by that time I could have anything happen. There could be destruction. I need to set up things in between as well, between each episode. And I don't want it to fail. Yeah. The sudden realisation that I might actually fail. Now, I think we'll be fine. Hopefully I've played enough of this, but there is a lot of new things that I'm having to take in as we go around. Especially when it comes to courseplay, Autodrive, etc. Oh, speaking of courseplay, that's another thing I needed to mention. I wanted to mention Darren Jack, thank you very much for your comment on the last video. We'll give that a go here, assigning the field and giving the field a name. I've already done a waypoint for the field up top, so that'll be grass 1, so I reckon it would only be natural that I would call this grass 2. So when we actually get finished with the ploughing, I'll just whiz round the outside of the field and we'll see if that works. And if not, maybe you could leave me another comment to tell me exactly what I'm doing wrong, because when I've got so much stuff in my head to think about, it's difficult to even remember the basics sometimes, or even read what's on the screen. I used to play with the menu open all the time, and then I thought, gosh, you know, I'm so much better than the menu. So I closed it and then stopped playing with it. And then, but actually, it does help you, especially when you just have that mental block. So we're just seeing our guy come into view just now. There we go. That's worked a treat. I'm really proud of myself for doing that. I know it's the small things, but he'll head on up and he'll just stop exactly where I want him to, which is just outside the area that we've cleared there. Very good. So clever. Right. Farming to do. So let's finish off ploughing this little bit up here. And then I can get to trying to assign this field to a number. Where's he going? I told him to stop at the forest. Oh, of course, that's because there is no waypoint coming up. I only put a waypoint coming down, you silly girl. Okay, let's just stop him, and then we should perhaps... I'll work on making this actually a two-way road down here, because it doesn't actually need to be like two separate one-way systems. That's why he was going to do a complete loop around the farm and come back. I know exactly what he was going to do. We're still only at 4 degrees, which means we can plant the grass, and we can sow the grass seeds, but we can't get any crops in just yet. But I'm hoping tomorrow, which will be the second day of early spring, we'll manage to do that. So this is a nice size, not for commercial, but for certainly personal use on the farm. Definitely. Righto, there we go. Let's fold that up. I really need to find a better storage place for this plough, because it's quite wide. But you know, when we actually get to expanding over that side where the forest is, because that's going to be in the middle of a good chunk of large fields, we'll actually... Oh, crikey. Oh, it went straight through. No collision. Nice. I'll just pop it back here, because that's where I took it from, and I'm just used to tidying up that way, so it's not doing any harm just there for now. Okay, so I'm down here at our new field, and I think I've worked it out. It took a lot of faffing around, and this is the second go at this, but I managed to actually get it on calculate current field's edge path, which is great. Let me just get onto the field. There we go. And then I already gave it a number. I gave it a number 45, only because if we come out of this, then there is only 44 fields on the map, so I just thought I'd call it 45 just for practice. But I don't really think it matters too much. So thank you for Botar for sending me a picture of what I should actually be doing. So hopefully when we go to course generation, we've got this field 45 user, but I'm not sure if it'll scan at the same time. But that needs to be down because it's recognising the scanner, but I don't think it scans. So if we put that to 10.1, it should... I'm not going to actually get Courseplay to do it, I'll just do it myself, seeing as it's such a small area, but the seed is only 10.1. So there you go. I managed to do a thing, as Jeremy Clarkson would say. But anyway, we're going to do this ourselves because I'm going to scan at the same time. So let's just bring that map up, and I've gone for clover. I've only done... I planted clover on Chellington when I was playing that, but I never actually got around to harvesting it or doing anything with it. So we'll just put clover in the ground for now. Let's turn the front scanner, front scanner on. There we go. And we're away. And this will take no time at all because this seeder is super, super fast. And then what I'm planning on doing after this is just getting a little bit of liming done. And then we'll be done for this episode. So that's nearly us done with the clover. It doesn't take too long at all. Fully scanned, just because the scanner spans out a little bit wider than the seeder. So the seeder's only 10.1 metres and I think the scanner goes out to 18 metres. So we'll just stop scanning when we stop seeding, it's fine. Just a little bit left to do. And then we will grab in the T8 and we'll have a look at getting some lime. Maybe get some lime on field 5. There we go. Just fold that up. Now the fertilising state wasn't so bad on these grass fields, but I reckon that's just because we ploughed the grass that was already in, you know, like on the ground into it. So I've just decided that this scanner's just going to live here from now on, just so I remember where it is. So let's just jump into T8. So there's a fertiliser spreader, fertiliser and lime spreader just here. And I suspect, yes, it already comes full. And so does the sprayer, which is nice. It already gives you a little bit. So let's get to field 5. There we go. So we're on automatic, like sort of spray rate for the lime. So let's just see how much it uses. I just have to remember, it's been a long while since I used one of these Bradels. I have to just get used to the width of them. There we go. Doesn't really seem to be doing much, but should we just see what the field says? Oh, it says pH value okay, but what does this one say? pH value good. Okay, so it is doing something. We want it to be perfect. We don't just want it to be okay. We're not going to settle for mediocre in this series. So I'll probably just use this until it runs out, and then I'll have to go and get some more. So I will probably see you back now when I finished liming this field. And we'll reconvene on a different day. So as I get this lime perfect, thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed yourself, remember to give the video a thumbs up, it really helps, thank you very much. And I'll catch you next time. Cheerio.